Hi, my name is Heather Young, and I'm a regional vice president here at Claroty, and I support the U.S. public sector, which includes counties, cities, states, and the federal government. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey in cybersecurity as well as our companies. I've been in cybersecurity for about 10 years and in software for 17. I really wanted to focus on doing something that would be meaningful for our community. I have two daughters myself, and it was really important for me to think about what the future looks like for them. So I came to Claroty and have had the privilege and honor of working with our product solutions, like the Medigate portfolio. Medigate was founded in 2017, and the founders spent 2 years studying medical devices to understand how they communicate versus using an AI system to profile them. We don't use AI or machine learning to profile those medical devices due to patient care. We now have over 200 healthcare organizations and systems, with 3 of the top 5 of the largest systems as customers today. Medigate has also won Best in Class for 3 years in a row, which is an outstanding award based on 60 different healthcare systems providing feedback on their experience with healthcare Internet of Things security solutions. Medigate was acquired by Claroty, an operational technology security leader, about a year ago. Claroty had an on-premise offering so that organizations could install that environment in their own premises, but they wanted to work with Medigate to create a cloud-based solution. We've incorporated all of that operational technology knowledge into the platform that we offer for our healthcare customers to leverage. And we do that by leveraging such facility equipment, medical devices like pumps, IVs, in order to ensure that our customers are safe when they're receiving care. We now can help with seeing and securing all unmanaged devices in a network, whether they be medical, Internet of Things, or what we call operational technology. So I want to explain operational technology is different than IT technology. Operational technology is what makes things run. It's the different devices that sit in physical networks within plants, hospitals, buildings, you name it. Pretty much everything we do in society has some sort of operational technology that runs it. So what I wanted to kind of talk to you about today is my interest in cybersecurity and how, as a woman, I've really found a way into this industry that's been super positive for me. I think that if you think about all the things that you do on a daily basis, whether it's schoolwork, working on a laptop, whether it's using your cell phone, using social media, there is an aspect every single day to how connected we are as a community. So I think that the interesting thing for me about cybersecurity is that it's a new frontier for us. There are so many different ways that we communicate, and that information is typically, stored in cloud environments these days, and we may not be able to control the data that we use on a daily basis. So it's really important for us as women to understand that this career path opens up such a wide variety of options for us. And it's something that, as a woman, if you can be successful in your educational career, you will have so many options of what you can do in this field. Every day, I contribute to our world by trying to help government entities become more secure. There are adversaries and criminals in this world that want to disrupt the way that we live, or they want to profit off of shortcuts in life instead of working hard, getting a good education, and really helping society move forward. They take shortcuts and they look at ways that they can cause damage or harm. And so every single day when I wake up in the morning, I think about the customers that I'm working with that really need help in understanding how technology needs to be secured. It's important for us as we live in these times to take a look at those physical systems like water, for example. There are water facilities that help control the amount of chemicals that are in our drinking water every day. And there was a hack of a system in Florida where an adversary was on a network actively trying to change those chemicals to hurt people in that city. So this has become an important life and death environment for us to focus on securing. So it's important to me, because I have two girls who are growing up in this world, that we ensure that those things that affect our lives can be secure. My purpose in society today, from a social perspective, is to not only make sure that our government has the tools and education necessary in order to protect those environments, but I also feel like I can influence the direction that you and others like my daughters have in this world. Because as technology improves and gets better over the years, it's going to get more complicated, and we're going to need individuals that are able to solve these challenging situations and ensure that the way that we live life is protected. I think safety is a pretty big cultural topic for us as women. And when I was in college, I went and took a self-defense course because as a woman, when you are crossing a street, or when you're, walking in a park or on a college campus, for example, you have to be careful. You have to make sure that your environment is safe. And we know as women that we're not always as strong as some of our male counterparts. So we have to ensure that we're smart and that we evaluate our environment. So having experience growing up in ensuring my own safety and ensuring the environments that I put myself in were safe, I also believe that as women, we need to focus on this new cyberspace. It's not easy to see it or feel it or touch it, but it still has to be secured. So I think it's really important for us to take some of the safety skills that we use every day in our environment and apply that to the cybersecurity world. We as a country are trying to set up what those boundaries look like and talk about how we stick together as a community in the world to ensure that those boundaries are safe. And I think as a woman, because we are very vigilant in our security, that it's a natural fit for us to go into cybersecurity. I think as a woman, I've also had the ability to influence the culture of our company because I am naturally, number one, a leader. I feel it's really important for us to help guide those that we work with in a direction to hit specific goals. But I think it's also important for us to be open communicators and to have an empathetic approach as we deal with these type of cybersecurity problems. Not all organizations in this world are going to have the same amount of money. And so we have to figure out creative solutions for still helping to solve these business problems in a way that is affordable and fair for the organizations that we support. I think it's really, really important to help influence the culture within an organization like mine to also think about what it's like being in a customer's shoes and what their problems and challenges are that they're struggling with, and how we as a community, whether you're a vendor or whether you're a customer, can really join together and help understand each other's position and how we can together as a team work on these business challenges. I don't personally do any development. I don't have a technical background. Sometimes I think about whether or not I should have done that. But I found my way into technology by having the ability to speak. I have a bachelor's degree in oral rhetoric communications. So that's essentially a speech degree. And I took a strength that one of my high school teachers, when I was a senior, really called out my ability to get up in front of a classroom, get up in front of a crowd of people, and give a presentation or a motivational speech was something that my teacher saw in me. I wanted to be a school teacher. My dad was a school teacher, but I saw how hard it was for him to be able to balance everything in our family, and he really wanted me to try something different. And so I found a way to teach and educate in this world, in the software realm. And now that I've devoted my life to cybersecurity and it's a passion for me, I still have the ability every single day to educate people. So whether or not you have a technical background where you're designing or developing software, which is so important for all of the things that make our life run, or you're playing a support function where you don't develop the software, but you help position it with customers, you help tell the story, help position the sale of software to organizations that need cybersecurity. Whether you're in marketing, human resources, doesn't matter. Every organization out there today has some component of cybersecurity that is a priority for them. So I feel that women in this industry stand out because we have the ability to really focus on challenges that are presented in this world that, if you think about them, women can uniquely solve for. I think that over the years, since I'm a mom, I've done really well in helping to manage government customers because I know how to nurture, I know how to communicate, and I know how to take care of people. And that's all really important when you are a vendor who supplies software solutions, security solutions. And so I think it's given me a leg up. And I've seen a lot of people in my realm, my sphere, my social environment, who are women who've done very, very well because they take that approach. They take a pragmatic approach, very professional approach, but they also use their intuition. They also use the aspects of being feminine, to be able to present a very strong, communicative approach at solving problems. I think one of the most creative things that I've ever done in my cybersecurity career involved an energy company. I got invited to a exercise, a cyber exercise that they were participating in that replicated what it would look like if that energy agency had a hack. And the way that they did the exercise was they pretended that one of the plants that produces energy of this agency had blown up because a hacker had hacked into the system and caused damage to the system. And what would that look like? How would it affect the community? And they ran through this operational exercise in order to be prepared in case this type of thing happened. And so I had the privilege of being in the Security Operations Center and watching the individuals who were working in that environment try to solve this problem. I was the only woman that was represented in the whole room of about 30 people. And as we were going through the exercise and as the Security Operations Center was trying to solve this problem, they determined that it was a ransomware event. And the hacker had disrupted most of their IT security systems. But as a vendor, I was able to show the organization, because they couldn't find attribution for who had done the hack, because their IT systems were primarily down. The solution that I represented was still online because it wasn't part of the network. It was gathering data from the network, but it wasn't the IT tool that had been hacked. And so we were able to provide them situational awareness from a network perspective in order for them to figure out what country the attack was coming from. What I presented to that Security Operations Center is that since they had bought my solution, they had the ability to leverage me and my team of engineers to help them to comb through that data, to determine who or where that attack was coming from. And so I think from a creative problem-solving perspective, we were able to step in and provide them a service that they weren't necessarily thinking that they could utilize. So I think it's really important for us as women to leverage our strengths, think outside of the box. Not everything in life is black or white. So it does require creativity, does require you to think in a tactical and strategic way. And I think it's really important for us to create societies of individuals that we can band together around, support one another, and think about how we can leverage each other's strengths, have each other's back, and encourage one another, because it's really important in life to ensure that you have a community that you trust and that you can give back to, because it makes you, number one, feel really good to be part of that and to give back, but it's also really critical to our way of life. So thank you for taking some time with me today. I am happy to have you reach out to me if you have any more questions. My email is heather.y@claroty.com. That's CLAROTY. That stands for OT, Operational Technology. So heather.y@claroty.com. And hopefully I will get to see your careers soar. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the very best.